Good morning and welcome to the Early Bird. And today we are going to start with the US dollar. And from support down here at 73, we're looking at an impulse wave, which is 5 waves. An impulse wave is 5 waves. So we're looking up for 1, back for 2, up for 3 here, back for 4 into 74 here, and then up for 5 here to make wave 1 here. And the reason I point this out for is because other markets, the European stocks, the US stocks, the euro, a lot of those markets are doing the opposite to this, the inverse to this here. And this has got a very nice clear wave count here. So you'll be able to see the situation quite clearly, because when we have a look at the Dow and the S&P markets, they're not as simple as this. Okay, so this will just give you a nice clear picture. So we're looking for wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This little guy into here somewhere. Then a wave 5 up here to make wave 1 here. And then we're looking for an A and a B and a C for wave 2, and then up for wave 3 there. Now, that's the general gist of it. We'll see how we go with that. But the reality is reality, and so far what we've got in reality is that we've actually got a 3-wave structure to here. So we've got, this can also be an A and a B and a C wave to here, and that would be the end of it just here. So that's the possibility, but because of the power of this here, it's got the nature of a 3rd wave in there, and also being this 3rd wave here has also got 5 waves in it as well. So there would be 5 little waves to here, back, and then the 3rd of the 3rd within here. So there'll be 3 waves in here, and then a 4th and a 5th up through here. So anyway, we'll see how we go there. And the opposite would be for the euro there. So we have a look on the euro on a 30-minute chart as well, and once again you can see that we've got down for 1, back for 2, and then we've got the 3rd wave coming down. And the 3rd wave, the middle of a wave structure is always the strongest, so we've got the 3rd wave in here. So essentially we've got down for wave 1, back for wave 2, down for 3, 4, and coming for 5 here. So we'll see that somewhere in like that here, a 4th wave in through here and a 5th wave down. So bearing that in mind and keeping that picture in mind's eye there, in terms of looking at, and the Australian dollar is the same as well. It's just a little bit more complicated in its structures coming down through here. Now, coming in to have a look at the US markets, you can see that it is a bit more complicated, but you can see that we've got a lot of, it's moving down quicker than it is moving up. So it struggles when it moves up and then moves down much quicker. You can also see that the structures for this too are growing and expanding to the downside. So what I mean by that is that these trends here are getting longer to the downside. So we could say that the market's expanding and not contracting. So we'll see this unfold further here. So this is still unfolding. So we can call 5 waves down for wave 1 here. We can call this as an A and a B and a C wave for wave 2. Then we're into the 3rd wave to the downside. But the 3rd wave is always the longest, strongest, most powerful. So we're seeing down for wave 1, back for wave 2, down for wave 1, back for wave 2, down for wave 3. So it appears that it's still unfolding to the downside, and these move rather quickly through here, because normally these are just tripping out the computer stops that are sitting under here all the time. So that's why, partly why they move quickly. But a 3rd wave is when traders recognize that there is a move in play, be it up or down, and that's when the most volume comes into it. The S&P 500 is much the same as well, in terms that you can see that it's just unfolding to the downside through here. And yeah, so in fact the other markets, like when markets are in fear, they move together. So we're seeing crude and gold and oil do the same things, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But one thing that I do find quite interesting is our local market. So just before I go to our local market, I'll bring it up on the daily, so we're on the on the same page here. Um, but just before we go there as well, before we go to the oil, before we go to the Australian, while we're here at the, this is the Shanghai market. And what we're seeing here is sort of what we sort of expected to see from this structure moving down through here. We've basically got 5 waves moving down. So we're looking at down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4, and down for 5. Remember the other day we were looking at it coming down to around the 2.8 here, thereabout. So we're seeing that, but we'll see 5 waves down like this. That's what we'll see there. And then we will see 3 waves up. It may not come as low as that. I'm just saying that because the 2.8 is the minor trading level there. So it's just a good reference point. And then we'll see a 3-wave counter trend pulling back 50-60% there. And once, because we got, this is the go ahead, because we've got 5 waves here, that means that we're going to get another 5. So I know that I've talked about this before, but it's just coming closer, and we'll continue to sort of stay in tune with all of this. So because we've got 5 here, after a 3-wave counter trend, and it may not go this high as well, then we'll get another 5. So it can be like that. Now, this can be an A, B, and a C correction, and then we move up from there. Or this can be a big 3rd wave coming down, which will come down stronger. We'll normally understand that once we see it unfold, in terms of if it's a C wave moving down through here, it will be on more of an angle like this here, on say a 45-degree angle, and it may not even come past this here. But if it's going to be a 3rd wave down, then it will just go straight down here. It'll be faster than this one here. So we'll see what will go there. But just to sort of point this out here on the Shanghai, and the Shenzhen will be the same as well. The getting onto our markets, but just before we go there as well, just want to have a look at the Nikkei here. The Nikkei essentially is a little bit hard to see because it did fall out of bed through here, but this has basically got 5 waves down through here in terms of 1, 2, 3. The 4th and the 5th will be in there. It's just the gap, can't see it. And then we're getting our 3-wave counter trend, like we were talking about on the Shenzhen there, so on the Shanghai rather. So this will be coming into retesting the 10,000 like it is now. So this is likely to fail here at this point here, except there will be a 5-wave structure, be something like that here, and then that will roll over into another 5 waves like that. And this can also be an A and a B and a C here, but we'll see that fail from there. The Hong Kong market, okay, because this is a little bit like our situation, I guess. So we're looking at this move up here being a 3rd wave, and then we're looking at an A and a B and a C here for this, and then we're looking for 5 waves up through here. So we're looking for 5 waves up through to this point, and then we're looking at an ABC pulling back 61.8% in there. Once that's complete, we're looking for that to move up through there. Now, we could be wrong with this, but I think we'll stay with this for the short term until proven otherwise. The 61.8% would be somewhere in here. So down around this point here. So we can look at the 2300 here, which would be a minor trading level through here, 23. Top of subgroup 1, so it should find support within that, and let's see if it moves off from there. And the reason I say that, getting back into to our market, I'll just bring that up. It's on another section here, just bear with me. The XJO. Right, so what we're looking at here, and we'll stay with this too, the reason sort of getting around to this is because the US markets, or many other markets around the world, moved down strongly last night, but our SPY didn't move down. So I would also like to stay with this particular count that we've got here in terms of, I know it's not very obvious here in this 5 waves up here, but it's more obvious with the three-wave structure down through here, like that. And once this is complete at the 61.8 retracement level or thereabouts, within reason, down around the 4650 here, or yeah, the 4772 within this sort of area here. Once that's complete there, then we'll be looking for this to move up from that here. That's what I would like to stay with. Of course, we can be proven wrong, but I need to see the evidence first, and I'm not seeing the evidence. I'm seeing the evidence that in this A, B, and C wave here, that structure there is normally in 5 waves, and this little thing here like this, and that's kind of what we're looking at here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we go in and have a look at this here, this is the actual XJO, not so much the SPY. So this structure here, we're looking for 5 waves down, so that'd be the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th coming down into this area here. And in this 4th wave to this 5th wave here, yep, we're looking for 5 waves. So we'd be looking for 5 smaller waves, the 1, the 2, the 3 here, and the 4 to here, and the 5 down to here. Okay, so that's what we're sort of looking at there. And this is also a really nice ABC correction, actually. This is textbook stuff. This is a nice, there'll be 5 waves in here for the A wave, then the A, the B, and the C for the B wave. B waves are always in 3 waves, and then the C wave moving up here. So an A and a B and a C, and a C wave is always in 5 waves. So we've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5 coming in here, and this will have 5 waves in it, this will have 5 waves in it, and this will have 5 waves in it. This is on a 5-minute chart here, so really drilling down in there. So we're looking for a 5th wave to move down through here. So yes, and this will occur on the open, of course, and the cash market, this cash market here, of course, will bring the SPY down, and the SPY's in the same boat as well. So we're looking for an A and a B and a C, but we're looking for 5 waves moving down. And partly we can work this out in part here. We can see that we've got wave 1 and wave 2, and then we've got the 3rd wave down to here. And in that 3rd wave to this point, we've got the 5 waves, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. Back for wave 4, which is really quite sort of simple there, I have to say. And then the wave 5 down through here, which I think is actually finished. But I haven't, as I mentioned yesterday, I haven't gone into all of this here to pull it apart because there's just not enough volume in there because it's trading through the night on not many contracts. So I can't really see it that well. But I suppose if I spent time on it, but I just don't have enough time to do everything. So that could be the situation in there. So this does appear to be 5 waves through to here. So in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pulling back through here. So this will likely bring the cash market would likely bring this back down through here, but as you can see last night on the 30-minute chart here, this never really moved at all. Do you know what I mean? So when we look at the S&P 500 and stuff, I mean, they really sort of, they've spiked down and moved down. So I'm sort of getting the feeling that that we have got our low in place either here, or we'll get the cash market will pull the SPY down a little bit further down here. But I think we could sort of stay coming back in here with this 5 waves up and an A and a B and a C wave, still completing in here, because I don't have any evidence that it's not this at this stage. So we'll see. I mean, we just got to see there. And yeah, okay, so I'm rambling on there, but okay, now coming back into commodities and the drivers of these here, I've landed on oil here, so we'll look at that. So it's moved back down to the major trading level 100, and it still appears to have further to unfold to the downside, because this strong leg in here, a bit like what we talked about with the euro and the US dollar, strong 3rd waves, and that's what they are. So they're still unfolding to the downside. This does open a bigger picture, of course, though, because coming back into the 100 here. And this will also be a little bit like the Australian dollar, by the by, as well, because Australian dollar is at 110, and we'll be looking in $1.10, sorry, and pulling back to $1. Right, so that would be the bigger picture of that. So you can just kind of match those up a little bit as well. But this is still unfolding. This is the third wave, so there's still a fourth and a fifth to come through here, and that would be the same with gold as well. So with gold here, we can see that it's moved back to the 1500. In fact, it's moved through the 1500, and we're getting larger five-wave structures coming through here as well. So we'll see a fourth and a fifth come through here. Normally the distance that moves above a level up here will be the distance that moves down through here. So I've just got this little guide stick here, that there to that there. It'll be sort of equal swings there. We'll probably see this retest the 1500, but there's still more work to be done here, because a trend has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the middle is always the strongest and the longest, and we can see that this is still expanding out here. So we've got down for 1, back for 2 here basically, and down. That's not right there. Don't worry about this, my workspace here, but you see that this is also coming down for 1 and back for 2 and down for 3. So there'll be 5 waves in this little structure here. So there'll be a bounce off here and down to here. So there's still more to unfold here. The unusual thing here, though, is that when I do look at gold stocks on our local market here, you'll sort of see it still appears that it's still going up, because this would be the 5-wave structure here. So I think this is kind of interesting, really. A bit like that. We've got up for 1, back for 2, up for 3. This is like a 4th wave here. So there still should be a 5th wave here on this. And Newcrest is sort of same sort of boat as well, really, when I look at that as well. No, it's slightly different here. I'll take that back, but on that particular stock. Anyway, with Newcrest here, if you're going to short this here, it's retesting 40 at the moment, so it's a medium level. If this locks under the 40 there, then we'll see more downside there. But this does look corrective in terms of an A, and a little A, B, C for the B wave, and a C wave here. So we'll be looking for 5 waves there. So have a look on a 30-minute chart on an intraday thing and look for 1, 2. I don't know if that's the 3. No, that's still be may another one to come down through here. So, but have a look on an hourly chart. You're looking for 5 waves through there. Okay, that's it, I think. So, yeah. So we're seeing, just to sort of recap a little bit, just getting my sort of head together here a little bit. Actually, that's not quite it. We've got the copper market to look at as well. The copper market here is still unfolding to the downside, and I've just drawn out this sort of pattern here in terms of the larger wave count here. So down for 1 on the blue line, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4, and down for 5. In this blue line here, there'll be 5 waves in that. So we're looking down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4 at the 400 here, which is the medium level, and then down for 5 here. So that's what we're looking at here. And inside of that, we are looking at this in terms of down here for 1, back for 2, down, and it's this third wave is still unfolding to the downside here, and it's, you know, picking up speed. It's very fast through here. It will start to slow down as it starts to fulfill this particular structure here. So just in this gold line here, there'll be 5 waves in there, and that will be the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And then we'll look for a retest of the 400 from the 90 here, or maybe further down. And then we'll see further downside there. So it is interesting that this has got more downside. So, and I suppose when we're looking at our materials sector as well, the XMJ, if I can type, there we go. just having a look at the bigger picture here. So you can see in the bigger picture here, the 15,000 here is the medium level here. That's topped out there. So we'd be looking at this. This has got more of a top sort of scenario in play here in compared to our local markets, because this would be from this structure here, there'll be 5 waves in here. Okay, so this would be the 3rd wave in the middle here because it's the longest and the strongest. This would be a 4th wave in here, and this would be a 5th wave in here, a 5th wave up to here. So this has got the possibility of I know it looks like our market as well, so the XJO cash market. So it's going to be sort of important from here. If this comes too far down through here and dragged down by the base metals, then we're in a real problem. So we could say that a move under the 3,400 here, and we're going to see a lot more downside for this here, which of course in turn would be with BHP and the others. So we just need to be a bit diligent at that point there. So, alrighty, yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, so the two things, we can see that oil, base metals, and gold have got further to go down, but when we're looking at gold on our local market, it seems like it's got support and needs to move up. And also with the XJO as well, as we were talking about, that we haven't blown support out just yet. So even though that the global markets around us are in a very bearish situation, and so are we. I mean, we're moving down through here, but remember, we started our move down through here long before the US did. So we're sort of really working with with China as much. Some of the other markets there that influence us and we follow, like the Times, the Hong Kong market. Even India, even the Nifty there, so they will also be a part of our markets in that sense as well. So we are sort of ahead of the curve, if you like. So that's why I felt it was interesting to see the SPY last night not move down very far. And so let's see, we're still wanting to work to see if we've got support in here, and we'll be moving to the upside there. But you could see by the materials sector, it had actually moved down further than our cash market here. So we could use that as a bit of a guide stick. So if the XMJ travels under the 3,400, we can also use BHP and Rio. Of course, they make up such a large part of the index itself. So if they start to break down, then we can work out a larger picture here. But in this move coming down through here, we're seeing it more as a wave C rather than a wave 3, because those moves that we've seen last night on oil, the euro, the US dollar, oil, they are like third waves, and we're not seeing that on the SPY. So on the SPY we're seeing, so these are strong third waves down here, and on the SPY we're not seeing that stuff. We're not seeing that there. Yes, it had moved down reasonably rapidly through here in line with the Shanghai, but it's not that real fast move down. It's sort of like, yes, okay, we need to go down and we'll stage it down, but there's no real major selling going on here, or stops being taken out. So I think it's interesting that this support area is in here. Okay, that's enough. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. So good morning and good luck.